What about the practical issues of just getting there in terms of you take a bus, you take a taxi, how many donkeys are in the road? You can only travel during daylight hours because the roads are so unsafe at night.
Yes. The roads are unsafe during the days. You don't not only have animals in the road that are not tied, they roam the roads free. People are so mesmerized by seeing a vehicle in the first place and then finding Ferengis, as they call us, in the vehicles. So they would stop in the middle of the road.
Mm-hmm.
Their environment is so rough that once there's a tarred road, it becomes their visit place. So when you drive through villages, this is a non-stop 3-hour drive from Addis to Sodo. If there's no one in the road, it takes us actually 5.5 to 6 hours to drive from Sodo to to Addis and back, or just one way, because of all the people and the animals. The other reality is if you would be in an accident in Ethiopia, it is punished by prison.
Mm-hmm.
So and even if you would kill a sheep or run over a goat or a donkey would hit the vehicle, you have to go and pay for that. You have to go pay the family, and everybody knows whose donkey it is and everybody knows whose goat it is. So that's the practicality of living there. So that's a stress for us. That's why it's also it takes a long time to move a child from an orphanage to Addis, apart from them always getting car sick, that you have to stop for and draw more attention. That is the reality of driving from one point to another point. It's a stressful situation.
Mm-hmm.
So you get to the other side, and you reach your destination, and now you have to follow your list of things that you have to accomplish, which is another ball game because you never get to past number one.
Your list of priorities go horizontally instead of vertically.
Very true. Very true. Yeah. So it is a stressful environment to accomplish anything. Not just adoption. For me to just go and buy a kilo of potatoes and a kilo of onions is a 4-hour ordeal. Because I put on the oldest clothes I have, I wait for my husband to come back so he can pray over me. Then I leave with the bags that I carry with me because I can only buy what I can carry. So it's a 20-minute walk to the market, which is straight, but it takes me an hour because of all the people that you have to attend to and gear off on the way. And that is not only in the environment that we live in, that is the reality of all these local villages, because they are so relational. And I'm so careful to build strong relationships with everybody, because you only need that one person to say, now she's the woman that brings all those babies to America.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to be extremely cautious and watch out, and Hanok protects me greatly, and I read off of him, who's my thermometer, to see, can I enter here, should I stay behind? So there are often times that I hide in the vehicle, there are often times that I stay in the orphanage, there are often times that I stay at home, because he would say, I don't need you to be in the orphanage today. And because he knows of a family that would come, and my presence there would burden what he's trying to accomplish.
And that's so hard for us to communicate to families who have a heart for these children, who have a heart for the needs of Ethiopia, and they don't understand that their good intentions can disrupt years of work for you.
You're absolutely right.
And how they are perceived in the community when a family visits, and the community automatically assumes that money has exchanged hands.
Yes.
And those things that you have to deal with that leave ripples for weeks after someone comes and goes.
That's right. As we mentioned before, the suspicion level is so heightened. We have had one family that came and didn't have any children with them, but somehow, someone, somewhere suggested that they came to adopt, because why would families otherwise come? So it took Hanok about 3 days to undo that suspicion. And it is not what US families come and do there. It is they come unintentional. It is just a very different environment. And for us who have been living there for 3 years, the longer we are there, the more I feel I don't know anything. Because it changes daily.
And we
That's
can't
constant.
comprehend that
No, you
inconsistency.
cannot. You cannot. Because, when someone would, we have short-term missionaries that would come and they would say to me, so what are your plans for tomorrow? And I think, oh, that's right, people have plans. But there, we get up in the morning and we pray and we seek God's guidance for how to deal with His plan for the day. Because His plan is not ours. And that is for me, I thrive on that because it keeps you so aware of your walk with God. But it is very demanding. And for the average, American family to come in there and to say, okay, 9 o'clock we need to meet so-and-so, and 11 o'clock we'll do this, and 12 o'clock we'll have lunch. And I think, oh, that's right, you live like that. But we cannot. Because you have a telephone that may ring when there's a phone line, and then you have 3 people at the door, and you have a sick child on your kitchen table, and an infant that's just coming back from the hospital that you have to take care of. And, oh yes, then I do have a family too, my own family. So that's the reality of living there. And it's not that we are saying, don't come, we don't have time. It's simply that we are saying, come when God calls you to. Be extremely cautious. Follow the guidelines of the agency. Follow the guidelines of the nation. Follow the guidelines of what you receive in Addis. And do not come with heightened expectations. Because we don't want families to be disappointed. And we don't want them to be more traumatized than it already is to just walk there.